Everybody, it's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and it is a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And joining me today is somebody that I think is very, very nice, even though I hate their guts because I'm Jotaro Kujo, and she's my mom, Holly Kujo, and I still hate you, Mom. I don't care that I went to Egypt to save your life. I still hate you. That is Sugoi Usagi. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good, but I love you, Mom. I just gotta, even though you know, I tell you I hate you, I really do care about you. I just want to let you know that.
That means so much to me to hear you say that, Jotaro.
Oh man, so yeah, how are you doing today?
Great. I had like 3 hours of sleep because my fire alarm went off at like 3:30.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Hey, it was probably DIO. He was probably trying to come up in the air. He was trying to snatch you up, and then I would have had to come and save you again. So,
but I would have allowed that.
Whoa, huh? That's what? That's your uncle, though. I don't know.
That's awkward.
So, before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And as D always says, podcast link down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into today's interview. So, Sugoi, the first question that I ask each and every guest up here is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who you are.
My origin story. Well, it all started in, oh God, I can't give you a year. I'm so bad at math. But let's say 2008?
Okay.
Question mark. My older sister was into anime. So I briefly watched some of her, she was lent Bleach, like the first box set of Bleach on DVD for the English dub. I remember the first episode like the back of my hand. I remember one of the dubbed lines is, early to bed, early to rise. That's my motto. That's all I remember from Bleach. I never continued Bleach after that.
Oh my God.
I watched Full Metal Alchemist, like the OG one before Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss in my opinion. And then, of course, in my opinion, every first-time anime watcher has to have watched Ouran High School Host Club at least once.
See, everybody always brings that up. I mean, like the Ouran Host Club High School. I still haven't watched it yet, but I heard that it's really, really good. Like, it's on my watch list on Netflix because like so many people I've interviewed or who I've met at cons have told me that like it is a really good anime.
No, it is. It's like, it's silly, but in my personal opinion, it's just like, it's a first time anime for me. So like, I go back and watch it like at least, I try to once a year, but that's if I'm not watching JoJo for the 5 billionth
That's
time.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm the same way. I stay watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And then I really got into anime in middle school. I was unfortunately one of the Hitalia people. Don't come for me, please. And then high school, I still watched anime, but I didn't have a favorite one other than Black Butler and I want to say Attack on Titan when there was only one season.
Yeah.
And then after that, when I graduated high school, I got really into idol anime because my best friend at the time, she was really into idol anime. And she's like, oh, you should watch this. And I said, I love these cute girls dancing. Let me learn how to dance. So like the picture in your background right now, that's one of the girls from the idol anime. Nice. Her name was Maki.
Now, just to let you know, that TV is magic. Like, I don't have any photos. Like, whenever I interview somebody.
Right. No.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal, but like, I'm just saying, oh, and then there's Hungary. When I first did my first Italia cosplay in like 2017, it was like my dream. I was just like, I get to fulfill my fantasy of me in like 6th grade wanting to cosplay from Italia.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like in 2017, they're like, are you supposed to be Hungary from Italia? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I never thought I would see a Italian cosplayer right now, and I'm just like, well, I'm the one right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And then I not fall out of anime, but like I didn't start cosplaying till 20. My first cosplay was Always Trancy from Black Butler.
Mm-hmm.
I have no photo. Well, there is photo evidence on my mom's Instagram. I will not disclose that information because that's to be banned. Never to see the light of day from anyone. It was so bad. It was so bad. I did not know how to style wigs. I did not know how to do my makeup. The costume barely began to fit to begin with because I'm 6'1". Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh yeah, extra large sounds good.
Uh-huh.
No, it was still too small.
Yep.
Still too small just because I'm so abnormally tall when Asian sizing is not meant for me at 6'1".
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So I cosplayed starting from like 2013, 2014. I really started cosplaying more once I graduated high school because then I was like, I got my own money. I can buy my own cosplays. And then I stopped cosplaying in like late 2018, early 2019 because I had my son.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I feel like I can't cosplay anymore because I'm a mom now and I can't do anything. And I'm just like, all my costumes that I had, my cosplays, they don't fit anymore. And I'm just like, I can't do this. I'm like devastated. And then my one friend's just like, I believe in you. You can cosplay again. And I said,
they gave you the All Might speech.
Basically, and this is during quarantine. And I said, well, I'm unemployed right now because Disney closed.
Mm-hmm.
So I have unemployment money, extra spending funds. Let me buy a bunch of cosplays. So I got really big into Star Wars. Well, I've always been big into Star Wars, but I got bigger into Star Wars and was like, okay, let me buy a Leia cosplay. Let me buy Anakin. Let me buy Kylo Ren. And so I have all that stored away that I eventually need to actually get photos in instead of just being stored away because I did TikTok during that time in 2020, but they're all really bad. Would not recommend going for that far on my TikTok page.
Oh man.
And then I got into JoJo in 2021. Summer 2021. My best friend and I said, oh, we know the memes of JoJo. Let's just watch it as a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah, you become obsessed with it. It's
not a joke. Hold on. I can't. I have a DIO tattoo.
DIO.
So like it's not a phase, Mom. It's who I am.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just like you have those people that try to watch JoJo and they can't get into it. Then you have the real ones that watch it. And I feel like if you can't get into JoJo and like the main complaint is because of the animation or because it's boring, it's just like you don't have taste and something that is perfect. It's just like when you get a steak cooked, it's just like you got to get that steak cooked perfect, you know what I'm saying? So that's how JoJo is. It's a perfect cooked steak, and I love it. And I love interviewing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure cosplayers. And just like how you were saying about the memes with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I was one of those people too. I had seen the memes. I had always heard the roundabout song and video, but I didn't know that it was from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So when I first watched it, I was like, oh, so this is where it's from. So that means that everybody that was using that song were JoJo fans, or maybe they weren't JoJo fans. You know how, because Vine was where it was back in the day. Like it was just a popular trend to just use that. Like something bad happens and the video ends. But since we're talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I want to ask you, which part is your favorite part?
Okay, that's really hard. It literally, I will say, it varies every day. You can go on, like, it could be like, today, I'll probably say this part is my favorite part, and then like 3 days later, I'm going to say, no, this part's my favorite part, because I love them all.
Yeah.
Because I love JoJo. I love all the JoJos as unison, but favorite part, oh, that's hard. Today, it's probably going to be part 7. I really love part 7. It's just the way the characters, their backstories, they just hit home to me. So I'm just like, especially Diego. I love Diego. His backstory, devastating, crying, sobbing. I never cried more to a JoJo part than part 7, actually.
Wow.
Part 7 was the one that made me cry the most. So, like, when it gets animated 30 years from now,
yeah, because we don't know.
I'm gonna be like 50 watching it and be like devastated.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I mean, it's crazy that you said that, like, maybe it's going to get animated 30 years from now, because it's sad, but there are a lot of JoJo fans who aren't alive anymore, rest in peace, that never got a chance to see Phantom Blood animated. All they saw was the OVA back in the day, part 3. So it's like they never even got a chance to see that. So hopefully we don't have to wait 30 years and we're in our 50s and 60s just like, oh, Steel Ball Run is finally here. Oh, I remember back in my day. But no, but continue.
Literally, my son's gonna be like, Mom, stop. It's okay. It's okay. Me, you don't remember when I waited 3 times to watch Stone Ocean.
Oh man.
But back to JoJo. Part 7 is probably my favorite part right now. But yeah, when we got into JoJo, it was a downhill from there. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
Like, literally, JoJo is all my obsession. Literally. Other than Aki Angel right now because of Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
But my main obsession is JoJo, like, to the point where, hold on. I bought the full Steel Ball Run collection in Japanese. Can I read it? No. Have I read it online with fan translations? Yes. Can I tell you what's going on with the pictures? Kind of.
I love that.
But yeah, and then I've been cosplaying JoJo since 2021. I did Caesar for a hall mat of 2021. I did like a formal wear Jotaro with my friend as Kakuin. And then I did part 3 Dio. That was my first time doing Dio.
Nice.
And I was so excited. We made the pants. And literally a couple hours before the convention on that Thursday evening.
That's awesome, man. So cosplaying is Dio, and then what you had said at the start of the interview, I take it that Dio is your favorite villain from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
That's hard. I do love Dio a lot. As my favorite villain, no. My favorite villain is definitely tied between Kira and oh god, what's it? How am I forgetting his name?
Wamu?
And Poochie.
Oh,
Poochie. Poochie was like a really like, I was like thrown off guard when I read Stone Ocean. I was like, whoa, a priest? I literally went, what?
Oh my, and it's like Poochie is a good villain too. I mean, like at the end of the day, the more that I watch Stone Ocean, because I just love watching it. It's like what he's trying to do, he's really just trying to help people. He just wants people to be able to see what's going to happen to them before they die, but at the same time he still wants to kill the Joestars. So like that's what makes him a villain. And at the same time too, it's like people should just be able to enjoy their life without knowing like what's going to happen, because then it's just like, I feel like it sends the world into a full-on panic if they know that I'm supposed to die the next day and this is how I'm supposed to die. You know, it creates too much issues to say. So I want to ask you now, which Joestar is your favorite Joestar? Who's that cosplayer?
Curly Pasto.
Softy Jam.
Once again, this changes every day because I love every Joestar. I love them all in their own little ways. This is gonna... Who is resonating with me today? Let's see. Jotaro is always my go-to answer. Usually I'm like, Jotaro. I love Jotaro.
Yeah.
I relate to Jotaro so much on a spiritual level. Like, one, as a parent, like, I can understand his reasoning for why he left Jolene. Part 4, Jotaro, his PTSD from Stardust Crusaders. And then part 3, Jotaro, being a teenager, like, yeah, I need to go save my mom. And then all the trauma of losing all your best friends that you made on this trip, where you're like, yeah, I don't have friends. But then you made friends, and then now they're dead. And yeah. I'm gonna say with Jotaro, running up would be Gappy from part 8. I love him. He's so silly. No brain cells. Me. Literally me.
Yeah, man. I think that is a good choice. I love Jotaro as well. I mean, you know, I cosplay as him, so
yes.
And so it's like I understand where you're coming from with like the different reasons why you love him. So now, final JoJo question: if you could have your own stand, one that has not been in the series, what would the stand's name be, and what would the ability be?
Okay, so I already have my stand name.
Okay.
It's called Beach Bunny, after the band Beach Bunny.
Okay.
Stand powers, I can't tell you, because I've been thinking about this since 2021, and I have not gone far, because I'm just like, I don't want it to sound like too much like this stand, but I don't want it to sound like this too much of this stand. So that's still a work in progress. I can't really...
I mean, you could go ahead. So what you're saying is that it's the same type of stand as Star Platinum. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. They're all just like Star Platinum.
Oh my God, man. When Jotaro said that, I was just like, okay.
I was like, okay, Jotaro, I guess.
Like, okay. Like, part 3 Jotaro is OP for no reason at all.
I just don't understand, like, in part 3, just how Jotaro is just like, it must be just like Star Platinum. And then he's correct. It is just like Star Platinum. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. I mean, but it does, you know, have its usefulness and the next couple of parts, you know, where they do need to stop time and whatnot. But one of the things that I love about part 6 is that even though Jotaro can stop time, it's pretty much useless against Poochie. Like, it's just like, it's helpful at first. But like once he gets I'm at dang, what is Poochie Stan's name? I'm mad I forgot. Made in Heaven. Once he gets Made in Heaven, like Star Platinum.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah, it's game over. Like,
man.
He's moving around, all that stuff. So you know, we're getting close to the end of the interview, and I have a couple more questions that I want to ask you before we wrap this thing up. So the first thing is, what is one of your favorite moments from going to conventions over the years?
Okay, I'm probably gonna list 2.
Okay.
So my first one is Hallmat 2021. I didn't know there was a JoJo meetup. We happened to just be walking and we see a giant JoJo meetup. And so I was dressed as Caesar. My best friend, I don't think she was dressed as JoJo that day. No. But my son, he was dressed as Emporio. So they asked for part 6 cosplayers to come up. And I'm like, okay, come on, Parker, let's go. And so he comes up and everyone just goes, oh,
that's awesome.
They're like, oh my gosh, it's a little Emporio. Oh. Another time, I had it was there, but then now the thought is gone. That's how my ADHD goes, is I go on about one thing and then I'm like, it's here, but then it's gone.
Yeah.
What was it? Just getting to cosplay with my son in general. I love dressing him up as characters. Like, I've dressed him up as like a little Caesar one time. Side note, his favorite JoJo is Jolene.
Hey, nice.
But I think that's only because that's the only one he knows the name for. Because when we were at Hallmat last year, I dressed as Jolene. I dressed him up as Emporio again. What do you call it? So the whole time he's like, who are you? JoJo? And I'm like, Jolene. And he's like, Jolene. And so we ask him every time when we're like, who's your favorite JoJo? He's like, Jolene.
Jolene.
Or anytime he sees Jolene cosplayers, he just goes, Mommy, Jolene. And I'm like, yes, Parker, Jolene.
I love that.
Yeah, just getting to cosplay with him. Like, I made him a makeshift Diego to do with me, my friend, who we did like a small little part 7 group. My best friend did Funny Valentine, I did Lucy Steele, so we had him as like a little Diego. But yeah, I just love cosplaying with my son. It's so fun.
That's awesome. I love that. And maybe I gotta set up an interview and interview your son, because I mean it wouldn't be the first time that I've interviewed a kid up here on Who's That Cosplayer, because we still talk about the legend that is Boombox Mango. And one of the things that I love about like interviewing kids is that it's like right now they're kids, but then it's just like once they're in their 20s, they're gonna be like, yeah, Benjamin Banks interviewed me back when I was a kid, and I'll always remember that, because that was the first time that I felt like I was a mega star, because I was interviewed by Benjamin Banks. So final question that I have for you is, give me your top 5 favorite cosplays that you've done.
No, this is hard. Okay. And top 5, I'm not ranking them from which is my favorite to 5, like as my least favorite. It's just gonna be my top 5.
Okay.
I really like my Angel Devil. I really like Angel Devil. I literally thrifted this. I went to the thrift store on a Thursday. I bought the suit jacket there for $5. I got slacks there for $5, or it was like $3. And I'm just like, why spend $50 on a suit that's not going to be long enough on my arms? Because once again, abnormally long limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angel Devil. I really like my Jolene, because the person I commissioned to make my Jolene cosplay, they did wonders. They did wonders on the Jolene cosplay. Like, they're like, okay, what type of fabric are you looking for? And I'm just like a shiny metallic fabric? I don't know. I've never sewn in my life, so I'm like, I don't know. And they're like, okay. So they sent me pictures, and they're like, out of these 3 options, I like the second one more. And I'm like, yeah, I like the second one more. And so it's just Jolene. I love Jolene. I love her so much. Number 3. Dio. Okay. I love doing Dio just because I don't have his jacket yet, because my friend made just the pants, but like he's just so comfy and so easy going to wear. Literally, I just put on a bodysuit, the pants in quotation marks, because they're not really pants.
They're not pants. What are they?
Yeah.
Chaps. They're chaps.
Yeah. And then that's it. And then I'm ready to go. Just put my wig on and my pieces, and I'm ready to go. Number 4. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to even go through my mind of like, what cosplays have I done?
It's like the sun going over the sky right now, and at the end of part 6, it's just like, what the hell is going on right now? Why is it going so fast?
So I'm also like looking at my fan. I'm like, are any of these gonna ring a bell? Like, look, when I look at it, is it gonna pull something? Be like, yes, that character. Even though it's all just JoJo related on my wall. Jotaro. I see it on your Magic TV. He came up, and I was like, Jotaro. When I did proper Jotaro, like actual part 3 Jotaro, I was so happy. Even though that costume is so hot to wear because of his dang trench coat.
Yeah.
I live in Florida, and it's like 90 bajillion degrees year round. We get like 1 week where it's like 50, and then we're back to 80 bajillion degrees later.
Yeah.
Jotaro. I love him to death. I love just wearing him because like I kin Jotaro, so I'm just like, it's me when I get into Jotaro.
Yeah.
Number 5 is let's see if the magic Anasui. Yes.
The Magic TV.
The Magic TV's reading my thoughts. Thank you, Magic TV. Anasui. Once again, he's just like Dio. He's wearing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's so simple to wear, even though I fell in those 4-inch platform heels. Did I need to be wearing 4-inch platform heels if I'm already 6'1"? No. Did I want to still? Yes. My favorite memory about that, of falling completely. So it was Palm Ave last year when I wore him. So me and my friend went inside to go grab food, to come back outside. and we're walking, and there's this cosplayer that was in the way on the sidewalk, so I was just like, okay, let me just go around. Well, I must have stepped on uneven pavement, so my ankle just went, wow. And I just went like slow motion, falling over. I fell. The security guard to the pool, just standing there, asked nothing. Me laughing on the ground. All surrounding cosplayers. Oh dear, are you okay, dear? Me, I'm fine. Them.
Yeah.
The security guard just continued there, just staring, and I'm just like, what if I actually had a bone popping out or something?
He doesn't care.
The security guard would do nothing, but all the surrounding cosplayers were like, "Oh my goodness, are you okay?"
Yeah, no, that's a solid lineup, and yeah, it is crazy that security guard just sat there and watched you. Like that security guard is he's your villain in your story. That's the reason why he sat there and he looked at you. He was just like, "You really thought that I was going to help you up? I'm the security guard."
No, literally, he's like, I got nothing to do. Plus, it's so Florida core. People in Florida don't care. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, Florida is very
mean. There are mean people. Like when I went to MegaCon, like people were so mean and rude. I was just like, wow, like this is insane. Like I've been to several cons in different states, and like I've always had a good time. But then
that's the thing. MegaCon is I don't like MegaCon. I don't like MegaCon because one, it's overpriced. Two, why are you going to be sardined? How are you supposed to enjoy the convention if you're sardined in the artist alley? You can't even look at what the artists are selling if you're sardined in.
Yeah, everybody's crowded in together. I mean, it's a normie con. That's what I mean. After going to it, because we have a Galaxy Con here in Virginia, and Galaxy Con, the people that run Galaxy Con run MegaCon as well. And just how tight it was in Galaxy Con, it was the same exact thing in MegaCon. I'm more of a person that likes, where you can actually like move around and not be overcrowded by people and whatnot, because you get those moments where you're walking around the con floor and then you just either get in a slowdown or a standstill, and you're just like, why are we not moving right now? Like
it's like you're on a highway in Florida, in Orlando specifically, I-4. Literally, why are we slowing down? Why are we stopping? There's no need for us to be stopping. There's no accidents, nothing. Why are we stopped?
Yeah, it sucks. It did suck. But I mean, other than that, I really enjoyed the con though. But we are here at the end of the interview because I feel like we could go on like a whole hour conversation on MegaCon. But
that too.
But thank you so much for joining me up here on Who's That Cosplayer. Before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
On Instagram, I'm Sugoi.Usagi, so SUGOI, USAGI, and it's the same thing for TikTok. And that's about the only social media I really use is Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. Hey, awesome. Hey, and y'all know where y'all can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks at King Benji _Banks on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this interview. Make sure you check out some more interviews that we have up here on the channel. Like I always say, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.